Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Today I will talk about 3 topics, all very important. 1. About a top CCP professor's shocking admission that China won the biological warfare in 2020. 2. About a series of Taiwan's unexpected emergent situations and whether the CCP is waging unrestricted warfare against Taiwan. 3. About Japan, Europe, and the US joint effort to tackle the CCP's threat. So please make sure you stick around till the end. First, let's watch a top CCP professor's astonishing statement about China having won the biological warfare in 2020. Please make sure you read the English subtitles as he is speaking Chinese.
2020年，中国打赢贸易战、科技战，尤其是生物战的成就，是历史上前所未有的。划时代的历史记录。现在中国国内自由派、崇美派对美国的崇拜实际上是没有根据的，但是在这一次贸易战和这个生物战以后，把美国打出了原形。
Okay, that's basically a startling admission that the CCP virus or COVID-19 pandemic is biological warfare, and China won that warfare in 2020. And what is the significance for the CCP to win that warfare? Let's watch another clip in which this professor presents his big post-2020 or post-biological warfare vision for the CCP and the world.
今年见证的历史确实是100年不遇的历史。今年中国打赢了生物战的人民战争的第一个战役，实际上标志着人类历史上500年以来从未有过的变革，那就是海洋国家主导的4次全球化都以海洋霸权的衰落而结束。但是我们这次看到的变化是从科学革命来说，是从第一次工业革命背后的是物理学的革命，后面几次的工业革命实际上是化学的革命，包括2次大战和核战争。但是我们这一次新冠疫情，我们面临的是生物学革命的时代所带来的生物战争。在生物战争里面，头一次是东亚以农业经济为主的文明，比这个中亚和这个西欧以物业经济、游牧经济为主的一神教的文明，要显示了更强大的生命力。2020年标志着人类现代化进入了海权国家主导的现代化的衰落，而大陆农业国家主导的新的发展方式将引领生物学革命以后的现代化，知彼知己，众人天。
Did you notice? When he mentioned the CCP virus, he said our COVID-19 pandemic, as if the CCP owns this pandemic or is the master of this pandemic. Let's read the screenshot of the translation of his most important message together again. So the title is, What does the year 2020 signify? The message is the year 2020 will witness the turning point of modernization in the past 500 years. 500 years ago, the Western sea power countries started the modernization led by the physical and chemical revolutions. After 2020, the land power countries in East Asia will start the modernization led by the biological revolution. A moderately prosperous society developed by Chinese civilization is a sustainable green economy for the Earth's ecology. The above two clips are all from a 20-minute speech uploaded on January 2nd, 2021 this year to China's own version of YouTube, Bilibili. Although he didn't say that China launched a biological war against the US and the world, the fact that he repeatedly used the term biological war or people's biological war makes the viewers think that subconsciously he believes the pandemic is a biological war and the CCP won this war as it is our COVID-19 pandemic. And this pandemic has given the CCP a once in every 500 years opportunity to become the next #1 superpower of the world. By the way, Chen Ping is a professor emeritus at Beijing University, China's most prestigious university. By the way, Beijing University is also where I studied. I graduated from there with a Master of Science degree. As a professor at Beijing University, Chen Ping had a proximity to China's ruling party, CCP. He is now a senior researcher at Fudan University, also a highly prestigious university, which is in China's economic capital, Shanghai. He is chair of the academic committee, Center for New Political Economy. This puts him at the heart of strategic thinking in China about how to deal with the United States. He actually gained his PhD in physics at the University of Texas, Austin, in the 1980s. Did you notice his ending statement? If you know your enemy and yourself, you will be able to dominate the world. Okay, that's the video I dug out and translated. I don't know how much more evidence we need to wake the people in the world who are still thinking that the CCP can be tamed or can become a healthy part of our world. Now, let's move to our next topic, Taiwan. After experiencing accelerating tensions and threats from the CCP for months, Taiwan is now troubled with more unexpected emergent situations. While one commentator in Hong Kong said that the public in Taiwan should watch out for unrestricted warfare waged by the CCP, another former Taiwanese congressional assistant thinks Taiwan is winning. After being looked up as a role model for its CCP virus or COVID-19 pandemic control, Taiwan suddenly experienced a surge of local cases. As of today, that's May 21st, there have been 3,139 confirmed cases and 15 deaths. 335 new cases were reported on May 17th, setting a new record. Taiwanese health authorities said that nearly all the new cases on that day, or 333 in total, were the result of local transmission. Only 2 cases were identified as overseas arrivals. The authorities also announced that from May 19th until June 18th, the entry of non-Taiwanese nationals who do not hold a residence permit, including a residence visa in Taiwan, will be suspended, and the transit of passengers to Taiwan will also be suspended. In the meantime, Taipei City and New Taipei City have upgraded their epidemic alert to level 3 from the 15th to the 28th. Restrictions are imposed on many activities and industries. Residents are encouraged to stay home, gather less and go out less, and to wear masks whenever they go out. Because of the surge of COVID cases, Taiwan's stock market suffered a sharp fall of around 10% last Friday and plunged a further 3% on Monday. It bounces back for about 6% on Tuesday and has been hovering at relatively lower levels in the following days. Thursday, on Monday and last Thursday, within 5 days, Taiwan has experienced major blackouts twice. During the outrage on May 13th, around 13 million households across Taiwan were hit by the incident. Then on May 17th, the power plant in Kaohsiung again experienced equipment failure, causing another round of outrage. More than 4 million households were affected. In addition, within 5 days, 2 men successfully smuggled themselves to Taiwan from China in rubber boats, one on May 4th, one on April 30th. According to the Jinmen Coastal Patrol, at about 4:50 a.m. on May 4th, radar operators found a suspicious light in the sea north of Jinmen and detected a person on board. Inspectors then seized from the vessel a 20-year-old man surnamed Jiang from China. The man claimed to be from Guangxi and said he had bought a rubber boat on the internet and sailed from Xiamen Island to he had sailed from Chaoden Island to Jinmen. He said the reason for the smuggling was, "I just want to come." The Taiwanese authorities are still investigating the man's motives for his smuggling attempt. 5 days earlier, on April 30th, a man surnamed Zhou also smuggled himself to Taiwan in a military-grade rubber boat with an outbound motor. He claimed that he had set out from Fujian, China. His trip to Taiwan was unhindered, going undetected by both Chinese and Taiwanese Navy, Sea Patrol and Shore Patrol. He was only found by Taichung port workers and reported to the police 2 hours after disembarking. The fact that Zhou could sail to Taiwan without being found or caught has caused concern over Taiwan's national security. Yao Chen, former commander of the CCP's Naval Command, told NTD TV's Focus Talk that he thinks the 2 smuggling cases are very suspicious, especially the first one. He said that right now, because of the highly tense situation in the Taiwan Strait, both the CCP and Taiwan have increased the patrol of their coastlines. As a former Navy commander, he could hardly imagine that anyone could leave the Chinese coast and sail to the sea without being caught by the CCP's patrol boats. Also, the first smuggler is from Sichuan province, an inland province. It would be unlikely for him to have experience of sailing alone at sea. It is hard to believe that without a compass, he could rely solely on his cell phone to reach Taiwan. Jiang Feng, a popular Chinese language YouTuber who has 753,000 subscribers, said in his show that he suspected that the CCP could send these 2 smugglers to test the water and to connect hydrology information near the coast of Taiwan in preparation for a future invasion. About the series of events in Taiwan, Tony Chai, a commentator in Hong Kong, said on his show that he had received exclusive information that it was highly possible that the CCP was waging unrestricted war against Taiwan. He said that during a secret meeting between the CCP's United Front Work Department and the Taiwan Affairs Office, it was suggested that Taiwan should be dealt with and taught with any means possible. Chai want the Taiwanese government and the public to be vigilant because the CCP has no bottom line. I also interviewed Zhao Xiaohui, chairperson of media platform the Truth Talker Economic Forum, and a former Taiwanese congressional assistant and senior financial reporter, about her views on the recent events in Taiwan. She said that although the CCP has indeed waged unrestricted warfare against Taiwan for many years, Taiwan is still winning. She said that although this wave of COVID-19 outbreaks struck suddenly, the public in Taiwan has demonstrated a high degree of discipline and behaved very rationally. People started to stay home out of their own initiative and also tried to help one another. The government has been transparent about the situation, and new case numbers are going down after peaking on Monday. She believes Taiwan can continue to do well. As to the unrestricted warfare, Zhao said the CCP has been trying hard to infiltrate Taiwan and spread misinformation to divide Taiwan internally. However, in recent years, both the government and the public have become more vigilant, and it is not that easy to confuse Taiwanese people anymore. Zhao doesn't think the CCP has the ability to invade Taiwan by force. Otherwise, why hasn't the CCP done it already? She thinks that while the Chinese economy is declining in recent years and China is actually still suffering from the CCP virus, Taiwan has been rising and is attracting more international investments. Because Taiwan shares the same value as the free world, the US, European countries, and Japan all feel more comfortable working with Taiwan and buying products made in Taiwan. She also hopes that the US government can be more aggressive in cleaning up the CCP's infiltration of the US instead of just passively responding to the CCP's expansion. Now, let's move to our next topic today. You might have read the news that Japan, the United States, and France conducting joint military exercises in Japan. While the exercises were going on, Japan's most important political party, Liberal Democratic Party (LDP), held a high-level meeting on May 12th to discuss how to tackle the threat of the CCP. The senior members of the LDP, representing both the National Defense and Security Ministry, discussed various situations at the Senkaku Islands, also known as Diaoyu Islands, the South China Sea, and the Taiwan Strait. The topics of the meeting were revealed by Taka Tashikawa, a well-known Japanese political and economic commentator, in a Japanese article entitled Europe Joins Japan, US, Australia, and India in Deterrence Strategy Against China, its deep implications for the Senkaku Islands. According to the article, many high-profile figures attended the meeting, and Taku Asuka, member of the House of the Representatives of Japan for the LDP in charge of national defense, and Itsunaro Onodera, chairman of Security Investigation and former Minister of Defense, chaired the meeting. The topics included the following 5 areas. 1. The operations of Chinese Coast Guard vessels in the waters near the Senkaku Islands. 2. The operations of Chinese naval vessels and helicopters. 3. The Chinese Maritime Traffic Safety Law. 4. The Chinese regime's survey report on the topography of the Senkaku Islands. 5. The situation in the South China Sea and Taiwan. Although the article did not disclose more details of the meeting, it revealed that about 50 LDP members from the House and the Senate attended the meeting. Other participants included Harakuyo Anishi, Parliamentary Vice Minister Masami Oka, Director of the Defense Police Bureau, and Masuku Hayashi, Chief Advisor to the Ministry of Defense Staff Office. Attendees from the self-defense forces, including coordinating officials of the land, sea, and air staffs, as well as Deputy Director General Kazuze Endo of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in charge of Asia-Pacific affairs. It was also revealed that the topics of the meeting were related to France's participation in the military exercise involving Japan, the United States, and France. The drill started on May 11th and included a military operation exercise to defend the Sakaku Islands in the case of a CCP invasion. It was the first time that the French army conducted a joint military exercise with the Japanese self-defense forces on Japanese land. France sent a large fleet of warships to demonstrate its determination to participate in the affairs of the Indo-Pacific region. Admiral Pierre Vadier, chief of the French naval staff, said last November that our message will be targeted at China. He highlighted the importance of freedom of navigation and respect for international law and expressed France's determination to be united with its allies, including Japan, the United States, Australia, and India. In addition, the German government said that it also wanted to strengthen its operations in the Indo-Pacific region and for the first time participated in the 2+2 talks between the foreign and defense ministers of Japan and Germany on April 13th this year. Japan will also welcome a British aircraft carrier strike group accompanied by a Dutch warship. Tasukawa said the strategy of building deterrence against the CCP has gradually won acceptance from European countries such as France. The reason is that the CCP's expansion of hegemony in the South China and East China Seas has made Japan, the United States, Australia, India, and even France and other European countries feel threatened. The CCP's human rights abuses in Hong Kong and Xinjiang are also of deep concern to these countries, so there is a consensus among countries to curb the CCP's infringement on international rules and human rights issues. So it seems that more countries are waking up. The European Parliament just overwhelmingly voted to freeze its investment deal with the CCP. This is definitely a big blow to the CCP's effort to divide the free world. It succeeded to a certain degree before, with many European countries attracted by the CCP's money and market. It is good that this time Europe has done something right. Okay, that's all for today's Inconvenient Truths. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to and share my channel with your friends and family to spread the truth. Only truth can set us free. One piece of good news is, after I appeared at Steve Bannon's War Room Pandemic show twice today, I have got 400 more subscribers in one day. Thank you. See you soon.